The 380 SL takes 8 liters or 8.5 quarts of oil, and this is the oil I use. You can read it on the bottle. Liquid moly, semi-synthetic 1040 with a very interesting mix in it that will prevent some wear problems that these V8 engines have, and that's molybdenum disulfide. This was originally developed for aircraft. I guess being a pilot, that's why I really like this stuff, but look at the color, isn't that beautiful? The first time Jerson saw this, he said, "Ken, are you putting used engine oil in your car?" Well, I've already done a video on this, and I'll put a link below, and you can go look at that video as I talk more about this oil. I'm going to put about 8 quarts in, then I'll run the car and recheck the level. But as soon as I get this oil in here, I'm going to take you outside and show you an engine in a 450 SL and explain to you why I'm a real believer in using this oil in all my older Mercedes-Benzes. I want to show you the inside of this 450 SL engine as an example of what I'm talking about. This car has 140,000 miles on it. You can see it looks fairly clean inside. It looks like the chain has been replaced. But if you look closely, you'll see very fine scratching occurring on the cam lobes. Ever so slight. Now this is one of the nicer ones. I see this all the time, not only on the V8s, but on the early 6-cylinders. And now I'm hearing about problems on some of the newer Mercedes engines, like the 6.3 engine, with excessive cam lobe and follower wear. So I'm not convinced that you can just dump a synthetic oil in your engine and change it every 10,000 miles and everything is going to be wonderful. The camshafts and the rocker arms are what really suffer. And once I see this type of wear beginning on a camshaft, you've got to stop it. And regular oil, I don't think is going to stop it. When you have a wear like this, it creates a wear pattern over time and just keeps wearing and wearing. And I believe that the introduction of molybdenum disulfide will slow down and in some cases stop the wear patterns if you get it early enough. Now, I've had some tremendous success on a couple of my other engines. I've had one engine that stopped burning oil. It was burning oil a quart every 1,000 miles, and it just stopped. Another engine had some lifter noise, and it really quieted the lifter noise down. I am really sold on this oil, particularly for these V8 engines that seem to all suffer from premature cam wear. You can do your oil changes every 3,000 to 5,000 miles, depending upon your driving habits. You know, if you're doing a lot of freeway driving, and your engine's not burning oil. Now this is the real key. If your engine's not burning oil, you can extend the oil change interval a little bit. But if you're burning oil and you got blow-by and you got high mileage, just change the oil every 3,000 miles. If you want your camshafts and your chains, because this is another thing. I believe that premature chain wear and the destruction of chains on these engines is largely due to poor oil maintenance, not just the change interval, but the type of oil used. So if you want your chain to last a long time in your V8, I believe this is the oil you want. You want that molybdenum disulfide down in these chain links, giving you extreme lubrication under pressure to prevent wear on your chains. So that's why this is the only oil I use anymore in these V8 engines. I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, well, Kent, you must get paid by Liquid Moly to promote their oil, and that's not the case. We sell this oil on our website, but we hardly ever sell it because the shipping costs are too high. So the reason I promote this oil is because I've seen the results of what it can do on these older engines. Now, if you have a 50,000 mile car and you don't see any evidence of wear, no oil burning and so on, then this may not be the oil for you. It actually says high mileage vehicles. But I'm finding a lot of cars over 100,000 miles need something like this to slow down the wear patterns in the engine, primarily on the camshafts and the piston rings. And that's the same with diesels. I've started using this oil in all my diesels. So if you can't find this anywhere, I recommend you just Google it, see where it's available locally. I mean, if you can't find it anywhere, you can go to my website, we can ship it to you. This is my oil of choice right here, and now you know why.